What up, world? Established Rich coming right back at you. Today, I want to get into a story that we all can learn something from. A story behind the movie Rainey's Black Bottom, a film that not only captured incredible performances, but unknowingly carried a heartbreaking truth. In 2020, Viola Davis starred in the title role. She played a headstrong blues singer in this powerful adaptation of August Wilson's work. For many, it was another showcase of her brilliance. But for one of her co-stars, it was his final goodbye, the movie that would be his last performance. I'm talking about the late, great Chadwick Boseman. Now, here's the thing. Nobody on the set, not Viola, not the cast, not the crew, nobody knew that Chadwick was dying. Viola Davis, in an interview, admitted that she had moments where she was a little judgmental. She noticed how Chadwick's girlfriend and his makeup artist would be rubbing his back, playing calm music, surrounding him with peace and care. And in her mind, she wondered, why does he need all that? But now, we all know the truth. They were not doing all of that because he was being pampered. They were doing it because he was in pain, because he was dying of cancer, because he was giving everything he had left to do that role, even as his body was breaking down.
But what she didn't know at the time, and what no one on that set knew, was that Chadwick Boseman, the fierce and beloved king of Wakanda, was fighting a battle no one could see. Behind his calm demeanor and electrifying performance, he was secretly battling stage 4 colon cancer. A cancer so aggressive that it threatened to take him away before anyone knew the truth. Boseman's strength and dedication to his craft were unmatched. Even though he was enduring grueling cancer treatments and silently facing the reality of his illness, he never let it interfere with his work. He poured every ounce of himself into his performance, filming some of the most intense scenes of his career. But behind the scenes, while his body weakened, his spirit remained strong. So strong, in fact, that not even his co-stars knew what he was going through. Looking back, Davis feels deep regret over her thoughts. Little did I know that they were doing it because he was dying, she shared, reflecting on the strange rituals that she now understands were meant to help him cope with the pain. But it wasn't just Davis who misjudged him. As Boseman's health deteriorated, so did his appearance. The internet, as cruel and unforgiving as ever, tore him apart. He was mocked for being sickly and accused of using drugs, with no one ever considering that there might be something more serious at play. It wasn't until his untimely death in August 2020 that the world learned the devastating truth. Chadwick Boseman had been battling cancer since 2016, all while giving performances that took everything out of him. Davis also spoke passionately about Boseman's final performance in Rainey's Black Bottom.
And that's why this story matters, because so many of us, we walk past people every day and we think we know what they're dealing with. We see someone smiling and we assume they're fine. We see someone quiet and we just assume that they're distant. We see someone asking for a little extra grace and we assume they're being dramatic. But what if they're fighting for their life behind the scenes? This is why compassion matters. This is why empathy is powerful, because we don't always get the full picture. Chadwick Boseman delivered a beautiful performance, but that performance came with a price that we couldn't see. The smile he gave in interviews, the presence on the screen. It was real, but it was layered in so much pain, so much strength, and so much silent courage. So the next time you see someone moving a little slower or needing a little more care or just acting a little off, remember this story. Not everything is what it seems. Some people are fighting battles that they'll never talk about. Let's be slower to judge and quicker to give grace. Let's remember Chadwick Boseman, not just for being a king on the screen, but for being a warrior behind the scenes. Established Rich. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll be back with another one. Peace.